Hi, Kathy. Hey,
Hi,
now,
Joe.
now we're recording. Okay, so we're doing
Okay.
compliments and insults. And so
Oh,
let me share my computer with you.
okay.
All right. And I'll show you the lesson. And so we're at statement 13.
Mm.
Can you read the statement?
Oh, yes. I wouldn't call you beautiful, but I do think you are very attractive. You have your own style.
Good. Any questions?
Uh, no.
All right, so we already did this one, I guess. So that's of course is a compliment. Yes?
Okay. Yes.
So if
It's
a man said that to you, you would
compliment.
you would be complimented?
Mm?
If a man said that to you, would you feel complimented or insulted?
Uh, I think it's compliment.
It's a compliment, right? Which is better though? I think you're very beautiful, or saying this? Which do you
Uh,
think is better?
I think you are very attractive. You have your own style.
Yeah,
It's
it's a yeah,
more,
yeah.
uh,
You think it's more of a compliment?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting about women is that women rather be said you're not beautiful, but you're attractive in your own style. A lot of women
uh,
would find that actually a better compliment. So,
yes.
okay. All right, statement 14.
Uh, your country is only a little over 200 years old. That is why you Americans don't have any real history, culture, or traditions.
Right. Any questions?
Mm,
Do you have any questions?
no,
Okay.
no question.
Okay. So is that a compliment or an insult?
I think it's insult.
Yeah, it's an insult. Yeah.
Mm.
Now, is it true? Is it true?
Uh, I think it's not the truth.
You think it's not the truth. Okay. And why do you think it's not the truth? Because you're right, it's not the truth. Why is it not the truth?
I think uh,
I mean, part of it is true, but a lot, but most of it is not true.
uh,
Which part is true?
uh, your country is only a little over 200 years old.
Right.
It is true.
That is true. Yes, America as
Yes.
a country, as a government, is
Mm.
it's about we're about I think we're about 230 years old, something like that. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, so that's true.
yes.
We're not that old a country. Although, which government is older, the American government or the Chinese government?
Chinese.
No. When did the Chinese
Oh,
government
oh,
start?
oh, oh, I know. American,
Yeah, the American
American.
government. Actually, the American government is, I think, one of the oldest governments in the world.
Oh,
Okay, because we've been around, our government's been around for over 200 years. A lot of other countries, their governments are not that old.
mm.
Their traditions and their cultures are very old, but their governments are not. Okay.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
do Americans have real history? Do we have history?
I think, yes,
Okay.
yes.
How long is our history? Do you know?
How long?
Yeah.
Uh, I'm not sure, but I I can guess.
Okay, guessing is good. What is your guess? How long is our history? For example, how long is Chinese history?
uh, we always say 5,000 years.
Yeah, that's not true though. Chinese history is not 5,000 years.
Oh,
All right, Chinese culture is 5,000 years,
oh, yeah.
but history is when you have a written language
Oh,
and then you start writing down what happens.
oh,
That's when history starts.
written language.
Yeah, for history. So before you write down what happens, that's called prehistory.
Oh,
Okay.
prehistory.
So
Oh,
Chinese
yeah.
have their prehistory goes like 2,000 years.
Oh,
But their
2000.
history, how old is the Chinese language?
Uh,
Do you know? When did Chinese start writing Chinese?
maybe 1000?
3,000. 3,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
3000.
Yeah. So Chinese history is actually 3,000 years old. Now, you could say
Oh,
their culture is 5,000. The culture.
oh,
Right.
oh, the
But
culture.
but
Yeah.
that is prehistory. That is people guessing what happened.
Oh,
Okay, they don't really know because it's not written. Now,
oh,
in
yeah.
America, do we study only 200 years of history?
No.
No. Okay, so how long is our history that we study? Do you know?
Mm, maybe 400, 400 years.
No.
I don't
All right.
know.
We study 3,000 years.
Oh,
Our West American culture, our history starts, we look at it starts with ancient Greece. So we study about Greece. Then we study about Rome. And then we
great.
study about Great Britain, England. And then we study about the times when England controlled America, which is about 200 years. And then we study our history. But American culture goes all the way back to the Greeks. Right.
Great.
So the idea
Oh,
of democracy is a Greek idea. Do you understand?
oh,
If you go to Washington, D.C., the buildings look like Greek buildings.
oh,
Do you understand? So our culture goes all the way back to the ancient Greeks. And then the Greeks, they affected the Romans. Then the Romans went to and took over England, and then the Romans affected the English. And then, of course, the English came to America, and they affected America. So when we
oh,
study history, we still have to study 3,000 years. Okay?
3000.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Because to
Oh,
understand American culture, you have to go back to the English, you have to go back to the Romans, and you have to go back to the
oh,
Greeks. Just like
great.
in Taiwan,
Mm,
Taiwan is actually only 200 years.
mm,
All right? But a lot of
oh,
the Taiwan people from Taiwan are mostly from Fujian.
yes.
So
福建.
since they're mostly from Fujian, they're mostly Chinese. So when Taiwanese learn history, they go 3,000 years of Chinese history. It's not 3,000
Oh,
years of Taiwan history.
oh,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Mm,
Um, because the original people of Taiwan did not have a written language.
oh,
Right. It was when the Chinese came, they had a written language. So, like for
oh,
example, you have Taiwanese opera. Do you know Taiwanese opera?
no.
You know Beijing opera, right? Or Chinese opera? Yes.
Yes,
Right.
yes. I know.
Chinese opera. Okay. All right. In Taiwan, they
Oh,
have Taiwanese opera.
oh,
It's sung in Miwan is the language. All right. Or they say Taiwanese, but it's actually Miwan, which is what they speak in Fujian. Okay.
yeah,
And they say it's Taiwanese opera. I go, yes, but are the stories about Taiwanese king and queens or Chinese king and queens? And they go,
oh,
Chinese. I go, all right. So it's still Chinese opera. You're just singing it in,
mm,
in Miwan, right? So
mm,
America, we do have our history is just as long as China's. Okay.
Okay.
And culture, of course, our culture goes all the way back to the Greeks, the Romans, the British, America. So our culture is long too. And of course, we have traditions. Christmas is a tradition. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is a
Right.
tradition. Um, uh, how people get married is a tradition. Okay. Religion, most Americans are Christians because most Europeans were Christians. That's tradition. All right. So, one, yes, it's an insult, and two, it's not true. Most of it is not true. All right. Okay. Number 15.
You Chinese were a very great people over 1,000 years ago.
Yeah. Insult or compliment?
Uh, Compliment.
Okay. This is a backhanded compliment. Do you remember backhanded?
Backhanded.
Right. It sounds like a compliment, but it's actually an insult. Okay. Because you're saying you are a very great people 1,000 years ago.
Over.
Which means
I know.
now you're not.
You are not.
Right.
I know. Yeah.
So that's why it's called a backhand is when you slap somebody with the back of your hand. Backhanded compliment. It sounds like a compliment, but actually you're insulting the person. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a backhanded compliment. Now, was China a very great people 1,000 years ago? Were they? Would you say that Chinese culture and as a society and people were great 1,000 years ago? Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say it's true. I would say it's better. They were better than Europe. 1,000 years. Yeah, yeah. Now you could argue, are they better now? Okay. All right. 16.
You foreigners only come to our country to make our money.
Right.
Insult.
Yeah, that's an insult. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that true or not true?
Not true.
Not always. Sometimes it is. Now, is this only for foreigners who go to China? Or could this also be for Chinese who go to America?
Yeah.
Yes, no. The funny thing is, I had many Chinese say this to me when I lived in Taiwan and lived in China. Do you understand?
Yeah, yeah.
But then I would ask them, do more Chinese go to America to make money, or do more Americans go to China to make money?
Maybe I think more Chinese.
Yeah, more Chinese. Yeah, yeah.
Other countries to make money.
Right. Yeah, yeah. We have a lot of Chinese in America. Okay. There are not that many Americans in China. Now, when I went to Taiwan, I didn't go to Taiwan to make money. Do you know why I went to Taiwan? Why did I go to Taiwan? Do you know?
Because of your girlfriend?
Well, I was married at the time, so it wasn't because of my girlfriend. And it
Your
wasn't because of her. It was her idea for me to go to Taiwan because she was from Taiwan. But why did I go to Taiwan? Do you know the main reason? Okay, I went there to learn Chinese.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I went there to study. I was a student at Shishing Dashre for over a year. Then I got a yeah,
okay.
so I was studying Chinese. I went there to study Chinese. Now I also did some teaching because I needed to pay for going to school. All right. And then later I got a job at a university a year later. But the real reason I went there was to learn the language. Okay? Now,
Mm.
Chongqing, why did I go to Chongqing?
Chongqing.
Yeah, why did I go to Chongqing?
Um,
Do you know? Do you remember?
you haven't said
Yeah.
about this.
Chongqing, I went
Mm.
for a girl.
Oh.
Okay. I was actually going to go to Beijing. I had a friend that lived in Beijing. I was going to go to Beijing. I met a girl
Oh.
online, and she asked me to come to Chongqing for her, not to go to Beijing. She said Beijing is too far from her. So for
Oh.
her, I went to Chongqing. So Chongqing, I did go for a girl. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Statement 17.
um, you Westerners,
Westerners.
Westerners are closer to monkeys than us Chinese. That is why you have so much body hair.
Right. Now, this was one of my friends, a Chinese man, said this to him.
Oh.
Okay.
Uh,
So, so this is something somebody really said.
oh.
So, compliment or insult?
Insult.
Yeah, it's an insult. It's an insult to monkeys. You're insulting monkeys, saying monkeys are like Westerners. That's an insult to monkeys. Poor monkeys.
It's
Yeah,
not polite.
yeah, it's not polite.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I had one time. When I was in Chongqing. I had a man say. He said in Chinese, 这个洋规则很不好看.
Mm.
And I said to him, "What dong Zhongwen?" And he's like, "Oh." And for those who are listening, it's like what he said was uh this foreigner is very ugly. All right.
Oh.
And then I was on an elevator. There was a Chinese guy with his girlfriend, and
Mm.
he said basically the same thing.
Oh.
And so I leaned into him and I said to him, "你的妈妈说我很可愛." For those who don't understand Chinese, that means your mother said I'm very cute. And he was like,
You are so
"Oh,
clever. You are so
huh?"
clever. You
Yeah.
are so clever.
Well, that's the thing is they think you don't understand them,
Oh.
and then they say so when they think you don't understand Chinese, they say I hear some very terrible things.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Chinese should be smart and think maybe they can understand me, so maybe I should be careful what I say. You know.
Oh.
So I would not say that I was clever. I would say he was stupid. So, all
Yeah.
right.
You are white. Tell me why all white men hate black men.
Mm-hmm. Do you understand the sentence?
Oh yes, I think a insult.
Yeah, that's an insult.
Mm.
Because first of all, it's not true. All right. And to think that because I'm white, I hate black men is an insult. My son-in-law is black. You know that, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So my grandchildren are half black.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
So for someone to say that to me, I'd be insulted. Now, I had a student say that to me in Taiwan, so I gave them homework. I said,
Oh.
"Go home." It was Chinese New
Mm.
Year. I said, "Go home, and I want you to tell your mother and father
Mm.
that you met an American, a black girl or black boy, depending on who you are, and that you're dating them. And then
Oh.
tell me what your parents say."
Oh.
Half my students would not even do the homework.
Oh.
Do you understand? So why would they not do the homework?
Mm.
Do you understand the homework? Kathy,
You said
I told them they were saying that white Americans hate black Americans. And I said, no, I go in here in China, you are much more hateful than Americans. So I said, go home, tell them that there's a black American student and you're dating them. See what your parents will say. 50% of my students refused to do the homework. They wouldn't do it. Do you know why they wouldn't do it?
Because they didn't tell.
No, but why would they not tell their parents? Why would they not tell them?
Because they were afraid of their parents.
They were afraid of the parents' reaction. They
Yes.
knew their parents would not be happy and would be very upset and angry.
Now they would be very angry.
Right. Now the half that did do the homework, how did the parents react?
Their parents would be angry.
They got very angry.
Very angry,
very upset. I had only one girl who said her parents said that as long as he's a good person, they don't care. Only one. Okay, and that's 1 out of 500 students. Okay, or 600. It was 600, I think, at the time. So I told them, no, Americans are not as bad as you guys are. Okay. All right. So so don't go around telling us that we hate black people when in America you don't know black people here in China. You don't ever see them. In America we live with them. They're part of our family. They're part of our country. They're our people too. So
yes.
All right. Okay, let's do the next one.
I like it that you are short. I think short girls are very cute.
Yes.
Maybe compliment.
Yeah, that's a compliment. Yeah. Why is a compliment? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, why do you say compliment? I agree. It's a compliment, but why?
If the girl heard about that, she will be happy.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, most girls wish they were tall. Yes.
Yes.
But most girls want a taller man. Yes.
Yes.
Right. So they wish they were tall, but they want a taller man. So if a man says to a girl, I like short girls, they're very cute, it's like, it's okay that you're short. I don't want you to be tall. You don't need to be tall. Right. It's not important. Okay.
It's not important.
Yeah, it's not important that you're tall. Because I'm tall. I don't need and you want me to be tall, yes? Okay, well then it's good that you're not tall. Because if you are tall and I'm tall, I'm not taller. So don't feel bad that you're not tall. All right.
I really dislike it that you are married.
Right.
Mm, compliment.
Yeah, it's a compliment. Yes.
Mm.
Why is it a compliment?
Uh, I think it means if you are single, maybe we can be uh, mm,
Be together.
how-
Yeah, be
yes.
together. Right. Yes.
Uh,
It means that she's interested. Now, I had a student say this to me when I was married to my second wife.
oh.
Okay. And I felt complimented, but my second wife at the time was very angry. I was like, you shouldn't be angry. You married me. I'm with you. Don't be. Why are you angry?
I can understand her.
You understand the? You understand my student, or you understand my second wife?
Your second wife.
Right. Okay. No, but if a man said that to my wife, I would not be angry. I'd be like, yeah, that's why I married her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like, you think my wife is beautiful? You think she's wonderful? You think she's, yeah. Well, why do you think I married her?
You have enough confidence.
I would have, yeah, yeah, because I figured, yeah, I guess I did. I had enough confidence.
Mm,
She's with
yes.
me. She chose to marry me. That must mean something. So anyway, okay. So we will do a new lesson next time. So what do you think of?
Okay.
Did you like the lesson?
Yes.
All right, good. All right. Hopefully you learned some things. All right. All right. Take care. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Okay.
And
Bye
tell your
bye.
husband I think he's very lucky he's married to you. Okay.
Thank you
All right.
very much.
Okay. All right. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.